Hello and welcome to Good Morning Thailand. I'm Jay, and joining us as our special guest is Tim Newton.
Thank you.
He's here with his jazzy pink shirt, as well as the lovely Natty Warisa.
Hello, everybody.
The three trio you've been waiting for all week. We're back for another episode on Lumberjack Fridays.
Did you get the memo, Natty?
I did not.
I didn't get the memo about Lumberjack Friday.
Everyone else got the memo. Get with the program, guys. But hey, I've got some good news. It is a bright, sunny day in Bangkok today.
Yes, it is. Lovely day.
That's right. Extremely sunny, extremely
nice,
bright.
cool mornings. When I walk to work at about 6:30 in the morning, it's nice and crisp this time of the year. I like it. Probably down to, I don't know, as low as 22 degrees or something.
No, that's a bit optimistic. 22, maybe 26, 25.
Well, it feels cold to us.
It does.
Did you see anybody wearing fur coats? I saw one girl wearing a fur coat. Like,
Really?
no joke, yeah.
Yeah.
On a soak.
Everybody bring out your winter clothes because this might be the only opportunity for you. It's been cool in the evenings as well. Decent weather in Bangkok. Welcome everyone. Today we will be talking about high-speed railways as well as looking at alcohol restrictions getting eased in certain parts of Thailand. The PM making a vow to prevent Omicron reaching Thai soil, as well as the Thai events, or rather events in Thailand that will be taking place very soon in the month of December as we loom closer and closer to the New Year's.
I can tell you one event that's not happening.
We'll talk about that later.
Yes.
All right, before we start the show, a quick thank you to Hakon Hansen and Ricky D. Thank you for being Thaiger members. We appreciate your support, as well as Coffee Culture. Hey, look at these beautiful mugs.
Do I have to pick up the cup, do I?
Yes. You can now buy mugs set at coffeeculture.asia, as well as taste some coffee in your beautiful new mugs. So check out coffeeculture.asia for your mug set today. All right. Shall we start with the Prime Minister?
Well, of course we should.
Okay, here we go. Now, the Prime Minister has, the government spokesperson, Kun Thanakorn Wangboonkhongchana. Did I do well on that
Well
last
done.
name?
Close.
Thank you. Yesterday, he came out and he said that the Prime Minister has urged the public not to panic, but to remain vigilant against the new Omicron virus. Now, I'll just start off the bat and say, when you tell people not to panic,
They panic.
they panic. He also added that the Prime Minister has encouraged people to get fully vaccinated in order to boost group immunity and ensure everyone's safety, as adequate vaccines are now available for all Thais. So at least now we have the vaccines.
Well, I don't think the Prime Minister can do much more than Natty, you and me about stopping Omicron getting into Thailand.
Yes.
We've already got PCR tests and we've got arrival procedures, we've got checks, we've got people being quarantined for a day. I mean, we're already doing everything that you would expect to be done to try and stop a new variant getting into the country. But of course it will. Inevitably, they've already announced extra cases in the United States. Today, some 21 countries have now announced Omicron on their soils. It appears that it's now been detected in countries before it was officially announced in South Africa. So at some stage, we're just going to have to say, look, there's a new variant. Let's hope the scientists can ensure that the vaccines we're getting, or if not, new vaccines are developed quickly to be able to combat it. But we just have got to stop panicking and just start to say, well, we'll cope with this in the same way we've coped with the virus for the past 2 years. Historically, these viruses have about a 4-year cycle. If you look at the what do they call it? The Great Flu, the Spanish flu back in the early 1900s. I mean, that lasted for 4 years, and other viruses have lasted for 4 years. So we've still got a bit of a way to go on this, I think. And good on the Prime Minister saying, we're not going to let it come into Thailand. But when it does, he's just going to look silly for saying that.
Well, he has been quoted from the government spokesperson saying that we will do everything we can as a government to prevent Omicron from spreading into Thailand. And yes, Kun Thanakorn added that the government is seeking plans to speed up its immunization for everyone as well. Now, like you said, we don't know how they're going to be able to stop the spread. It's a virus. It cannot be controlled. But yes, it's still yet to be detected. Any thoughts, Natty?
Well, kind of similar to Tim, I guess, like you can't really stop the virus from entering the country or spreading, and inevitably you're gonna catch one variant of it, but let's just hope that we all stay safe
Yeah.
and healthy.
right.
I'm sort of starting to think that I'm due for a booster. I had my my 2 AstraZeneca inoculations back in April. So I don't know, how long does that last? Do I have to get another booster?
I guess after 6 months normally, no?
I'm thinking that
3 to 6
the
months.
boosters probably work, but lumberjack shirts would probably be even more effective.
I'm protected by everything.
Yeah.
This is insurance for my health.
No self-respecting virus would go near that shirt. That's what I'm thinking.
All
Sorry,
right.
laughed too hard. Okay.
Moving on to alcohol and its restrictions. Natty, you've got more information on that.
Yes. So anybody living in Isan or Nakhon Ratchasima specifically, good news for you if you love to drink alcohol. 7 districts in the Isan province, Nakhon Ratchasima, will be easing alcohol restrictions as a part of a pilot tourism scheme which launches already. Restaurants that pass the Shah standards will be now allowed to serve alcoholic drinks until 10 p.m. However, pubs, clubs, karaoke, entertainment venues, and massage parlors will remain closed for now. Officially. According to the Nakhon Ratchasima deputy governor, the 7 cities or districts rather, are อำเภอเมือง อำเภอปากช่อง เฉลิมพระเกียรติ โชคชัย สีคิ้ว วังน้ำเขียว and อำเภอพิมายdistrict. So if you're around that area, good news for you. You can start drinking now until 10 p.m.
I think they've also announced in the last 24 hours that they're lifting restrictions in Ayutthaya as well, in the main city district. So, and that's till 9 p.m, and that's only for restaurants, but it's a little bit different from this one. So if you're a poor tourist arriving here, as you go from district to district, town to town, province to province, where do you go to say, now what are the restrictions here? Also, I mean, we're talking about people drinking in restaurants, but you could go down to 7-Eleven and buy a beer and take it home.
Or you could get smashed until 10 p.m. and then you have about 2 hours to buy alcohol. Has alcohol purchase time in 7-Eleven is it back to normal now? Is it back to midnight?
I have not been drinking alcohol, so...
Oh, I see. Of course, we don't drink alcohol here. Of course not. Come on now.
Says the lumberjack.
I'd like to start a petition. Why are karaoke bars closed? I don't understand. What has karaoke ever done?
The seeds of evil, sex, and alcoholic
No,
consumption.
I mean like getting in a room, having some food and drinks, and enjoying a karaoke session with friends.
I think you just answered the question.
What?
There's all that close contact with people.
We're already so you're allowed to do that in a restaurant. You're allowed to sit with 4 people facing each other without face masks, talking, but you can't sing.
But that's a little bit different. Karaoke bar, you are in pretty close contact.
You get private rooms.
Well, yeah, but even still, you're sort of sitting next to each other and...
Petition for karaoke bars.
But imagine singing karaoke with a mask.
You're so vain.
What's your go-to karaoke song?
Ooh, good. Probably a little Bon Jovi. Yeah.
Bon Jovi?
Yeah.
What's yours?
I'm trying to think of the name of it. I'm not very good remembering the names of songs. It's a Bryan Adams song.
Oh, Bryan Adams classic. Summer of '69.
No, it's another one. Something to Run.
Come on, Bon Jovi, Living on a Prayer. How can you not rock to that
Does
song?
anybody know? You can type in the comments.
Let us know your favorite karaoke songs in the comment section below.
What's yours?
Britney Spears, a classic.
Okay.
Well, Oops, I've Done It Again.
There we go. Yeah.
I think I did
It's
it
the story of your life.
All right. On that note, we're going to take a quick break. Once we're back from the break, we're going to be talking about high-speed railways and
Look at all these comments.
events in Thailand.
God.
That's right. We will address your comments in the third part of the show. So please leave any questions you have for me, Tim, or Natty for the third part of the show. As for now, we'll take a quick break. We'll be back right after this.
Find the coffee roast you love most. Coffee Culture delivers Thai coffee online. Whole beans or pre-ground delivered to your doorstep in Thailand. Go to coffeeculture.asia and get coffee you love delivered to your doorstep.
And welcome back. You're watching Good Morning Thailand with me, Jay, Tim, and Natty. A quick introduction. Right, it's now time to talk about a railway, also known as train stations, also known as express trains.
No. This is high-speed railway.
High-speed railway. Tell us, what's the difference, Tim?
Well, high speed.
Okay.
So, as you know, around the region, high-speed railways are sort of the thing at the moment. In the world, 2/3 of the high-speed railway are in one country. That's
Okay.
China.
China.
One country that has not got any high-speed railway of interest is the US of A. Now, of course, they've got a very sophisticated flying network, but in Europe, high-speed rail is a thing as well. And now in Asia, it's spreading pretty quickly. Today, there's 714 kilometres being opened between Kunming in China and Vientiane, the capital of Laos. And that's right on the border, on the Mekong with Nong Khai in Thailand. So this is pretty exciting because what eventually they're trying to do is link Kunming in China, which has already got a whole network of other high-speed rails in China, linking all the way down to Singapore. Now, already in Thailand, there's contract signed for a high-speed rail track, and we're talking about 170 to 200 kilometres an hour. That's pretty fast. So that will go from Bangkok to Nakhon Ratchasima, which is about halfway up to Vientiane, so still got a bit of a way to go. And then, of course, they're going to try and get from Bangkok down to Singapore. But this is probably going to take the rest of the decade to finish. But it looks like slowly we're getting high-speed rail here in Thailand. Imagine if you're in Singapore, you can jump on a train and be in China in 3 hours. I mean, I think that's a great opportunity. Fantastic, obviously, for tourism. So that opens today, 714 kilometres of track. From Kunming in China down to the Lao border with Thailand.
I see. That's something I can't relate to living in Thailand my whole life. High speed and railway.
Yes. Well, the railways in Thailand are nostalgic, but not terribly fast. I mean, I've done a few tracks from Thailand south, and they're all very pleasant. But it's not like the Orient Express or anything. They're a little bit rattly and old, bit like me.
Natty, any comments on high-speed railway? Have you ever had any experiences?
I have. Actually, the high-speed railway from, within Bangkok all the way to Suvarnabhumi, at one point in time, they had that open.
Oh, the
and I took
express
it.
line.
Yeah,
Right,
the
okay.
express line. And it was pretty fly. Like, I liked it a lot. But
That's not high speed.
Okay, that's not high speed, but that was like the more... Oh, yeah, that's true. They just stopped less frequently, right? Is that...
Well, no, the high-speed railway means like fast.
Like freaking fast, right.
That goes about maybe 60, 70 kilometres an hour. We're talking like 200 kilometres an hour.
Right. No, yeah.
And in France, I travelled a lot around France, maybe about 10 years ago on the TGV, which is the high-speed rail there. And I've done the bullet train in Japan. And they go so fast that when they go around a corner, the trains bank.
Nice.
It's fantastic. And you're sitting there in the train, looking out the window, watching the gentle French landscape just whooshing past. But it's very exciting. And I think high-speed rail in Thailand is a thing. And they've also got the project to build a high-speed rail between Don Muang and the city out to Pattaya and... what's it called? Utapao Airport.
Oh, okay.
And then to Don Muang. Don Muang.
Okay.
Say Don Muang.
Don Muang.
There you go. I can't say it. No, it's going to link the three airports, Don Muang, Suvarnabhumi and Utapao. So that's all sort of happening, and that's signed off, and it's part of the economic Eastern Economic Corridor. But when we're talking high-speed rail, we're talking of high speed.
Yeah, Shinkansen trains.
Shinkansen, yes, like the bullet train in Japan.
Right, moving on.
You need to get on a high-speed train one day.
I do, I guess.
Wear that shirt and they'll put you at the back in a nice little corner on your own.
Unfortunately, any country that I have visited didn't have a high-speed railway.
Which countries have you visited?
3. No, definitely more, but I just haven't had the chance yet. All right, moving on to events. Listen up, everybody. It's time for December, the festive season. Christmas is nearly coming. New Year's is on the way. We're all ready for celebrations. And with December comes time for events. Now, Thailand has reopened, as we all know. And with the reopening, with the sort of reopening comes lots of events. Now, we do have a lot of events going on right now. We've got the Motor Expo, for example.
It's on now.
It's on now. It started on December 1st. It will end, I believe, on the December the 13th. So, have you guys visited or are you interested at all to going to these events?
Yes.
Okay, nice.
I'm buying a car at the start of next year. I put off buying one model because I'm waiting for the next model to come out.
Okay.
So I believe it's on show at the Motor Expo, and I want to go and have a look at it.
Okay, sounds great. Also, any plans for Christmas?
Yeah.
Sure. Spending time with you guys.
Oh.
Wow.
I know.
Thank you for that in-depth...
But are you doing anything on Christmas Day?
Christmas Day, I'll
You
probably...
couldn't give a damn.
Yeah, well, I'll
That's
probably
okay.
spend time with family. Yeah.
Will you actually
Yes.
do something for Christmas?
We used to do all the present unwrapping and all that, but now that we're kind of old, we don't do that anymore in the house. But
Now that you're old.
yeah.
So it's a thing in the Natty household, Christmas.
Yes.
Cool.
We do all the turkey, the
It's a
pies,
merry,
and all
jolly
the
Christmas.
Western cultures. I don't know why we do that at my house.
We don't sing here. What happens in the lumberjack house?
The Lumberjack house, we don't do Christmas.
Okay.
No, we're more of New Year people. We go all out for New
Oh,
Year's,
right.
yeah.
We've got a Christmas lunch on. I'm hosting it this year. Actually, we host it every year.
Yeah.
You're not invited either of you.
For Christmas, I always end up at someone's place, so, I get what you mean.
Yeah, so we've got the traditional Christmas roast. We've got plum pudding.
Wow.
We've got sort of pre-Christmas snacks. We'll have 5 6-week-old kittens running around. It should be a very joyous... We're not eating them, by the way. But it should be a pretty joyous Christmas.
Right, a joyous Christmas at Newton Del Mar.
And you've got, 4 weeks to consider and save up for what you consider to be a good present for me. So that's just giving you a bit of a heads up and giving you a 4-week warning.
Yeah, and of course, festivals coming up, such as Andrea Bocelli going to be for New Year celebration in Phuket.
For such a prominent act coming to Thailand, the TAT seems to have gone very quiet on the matter.
Well, it is December. I mean, even at this point now, I'm starting to panic slightly. There are no billboards, there are no commercials, there's no tickets, no news.
Location.
They've just gone. I actually typed in Andrea Bocelli in Thailand today to see any updates. On his website, there are still no updates on his dates for being in Thailand for New Year's. Nothing on the TAT website. Can't find
1,000 baht present for me already arriving.
Can't find any information. Well, yeah. Oh my! I hope Andrea Bocelli comes. Otherwise,
He's not coming.
it's going to be an expensive Christmas.
But apart from the
Slash
boat
New
show,
Year's.
there has actually been a cancellation. And we just heard yesterday that the Thailand International Yacht Show has been postponed from next January to be held in Phuket. It's been held in Phuket for many, many years, but that's been postponed from next year, pretty much due to sort of low business activity and just not being able to get things together. So the economy is still, whether we want to admit it or not, still fairly flat. And some of these events going on are not going to attract the numbers of people that used to go to them. I'm going to the motor show only because I am actually looking at cars. I sort of like just moseying around looking at cars I can't afford.
Well, it's nice to also see the new technology out there.
Yeah, and there's a lot of new electric cars coming to market. Thailand being one of the world's biggest manufacturers of cars. It's certainly a big part of the Thai economy. The other reason that a lot of men like going to the motor show, you'll know what I'm talking about, Natty, is of course what they call the pretties.
Yeah, the pretty.
Would you like to define a pretty for me?
So a pretty is typically a girl of a certain height, a certain age, a certain look, and they would dress up in very alluring attires.
They won't be wearing lumberjack shirts.
They will definitely not wear lumberjack
the
shirts.
opposite to lumberjack shirts.
Yeah.
That was a very polite response, Natty. The unfiltered response would be hot girls wearing as little as possible next to beautiful, sexy cars.
And big high heels, and they sort of drape themselves over the bonnet.
But I have to say that they're pretty talented, though. I mean, like, they can dance. They can definitely talk for hours and hours on the microphone.
Natty, of course, they have amazing personalities.
They do.
So yeah, the motor shows in Thailand and most of those other shows, the pretties are a bit of a staple, and they're called pretties. It's not a derogatory term; it's a term that people use.
Yeah.
Jay used to be in his early days used to be a pretty.
That is actually true.
But this is what happens to them when they get older.
Yeah.
So yeah, the pretties are a thing, and that's why a lot of men tend to go to those shows, for good or bad.
All right, we're going to take a quick break. Once we come back from the break, we're going to address some of our viewers' questions on a beautiful, sunny Friday morning here in Bangkok. We'll be back right after this. And welcome back. You're watching Good Morning Thailand, and it's now time to address your live questions. First question from Masa09050, who says, we would love to see how you guys live. When will we get a Thaiger Cribs episode? Well, Masa, for me, it would just be the laundry mat where we wash all of our clothes, also known as the Thaiger closet room. As for Tim, I'm pretty sure people have gotten a decent idea of how Tim's place is. You know, some of the Zoom calls you join us on, we can see the background of your living room.
I have a very, very suburban, boring life.
We've seen the nice garden and the famous Lazada pool.
Yeah, I sort of am living the great Australian dream in Phuket.
Yeah.
I've got the backyard, I've got the barbecue, I've got the pool, and I love mowing the lawn on the weekends. I live a very, very boring lifestyle. Quite different from Natty with her fancy penthouse.
Yeah, we're not even allowed in her building. Yeah. We come in and the security is like, no.
Not the way you're dressed. Lumberjack shirt's not allowed in here.
Yeah.
So, I have a very, very boring existence, which is really not even slightly interesting.
There's a lot of comments when we were guessing what Tim's staple song for karaoke is. A lot of people are commenting, is it Born to Run? Like a lot of people.
What's Born to Run?
Is it Bon Jovi? Right?
Oh,
No, it's not Bon Jovi.
No?
It's, I'm going to have to Google it now.
Born to Run.
Brian Adams, sorry, excuse me while I'm just doing this. Something to run. Run to You, that's it.
Run to You.
I'm going to run to you.
Oh, I like that song.
What song
It's a
is
great
that?
song. Brian.
Oh, Brian Adams, I got to Run to You. Okay. It's just the way you sung it. I was like, what?
No idea. Others, at the moment, I'd probably be singing a Korean song because I'm a bit into K-pop at the moment.
Are you now?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it'd be a Korean song.
I think I saw you dancing back there too.
Joseph
Probably not.
D'Alessandro says, what are your Instagram social media? Well, Joseph, the only Instagram and social media you need to care about is The Thaiger on Instagram, The Thaiger on Facebook, as well as thethaiger.com.
KJ says, apparently the reasoning for banning karaoke is the singing involves stronger exhalation of air and therefore an increased risk of transmission. Not sure if that's backed by science, but those dirty karaoke bars, can't trust them. All those people singing Brian Adams songs.
Springsteen.
No, it's not Born to Run, no, it's Run to You.
Run to You.
And it was pretty good. Peter got it right. Thank you, Peter.
Yeah.
Somebody was asking also, where's the motor show? It is at Impact Muang Thong Thani.
Muang Thong Thani.
Yes.
Which is although it's a really big, popular stadium, a lot of acts perform there, a lot of shows are on there, displays, conventions. It's really difficult to get to.
Yes.
It's sort of on the way out to Don Muang Airport. The best thing you can probably do is take a BTS to Chatuchak and then get a taxi.
It's also congested. Once you get in there, especially if you're going there for a concert or like a place where a lot of people will be, it's going to take you hours just to get out of that area.
Interesting, I went to a concert at Rajamangala, hope I said that right, stadium.
That was well done, yeah.
Rajamangala, which is a big university, and they've got a huge stadium there, sports stadium holding 55,000 people. But they've built it sort of out onto the streets, and over the road is like the neighbourhood and the shops. And there's these little side streets, and it took people like 5 or 6 hours to get home after the concert.
Oh, wow.
It was just ridiculous that they've put this stadium and built the suburbs right up to it. No parking or anything. Ridiculous.
Question for Natty. Why don't you wear a stupid shirt? Like us, apparently.
I haven't got mine yet, but when I do, I will wear one. But these are not
Steve,
stupid.
how
Come on,
dare
like
you.
they're quite nice.
How dare you? It's okay. All right.
Paul Smith says, tried coffee culture. In my opinion, it's very good. By the way, tried 3 different blends. Peter says, USA is at the bottom of the list when it comes to train infrastructure. That's true. It's always surprised me that, because I've been to America many, many, many times, and I sort of like the high-speed rail thing, and the countries that I've travelled on, I thought, yeah, this is great. Been very interesting to me is why the US doesn't have high-speed rail. Certainly, if you look at the revolution in China, I'm not talking about in 1949, I'm talking about the revolution in technology and growth and the economy has been accelerated by the high-speed rail networks that's connecting cities of 10 to 15 million that can now travel quickly to get to work. And this has just like hugely accelerated the growth in China. I did a video about it about 3 months that nobody looked at.
All right.
The need for speed. If you want to Google the Thaiger, the need for speed, you can watch a video all about it.
All right. On that note, we shall end the show for now. We hope that you've enjoyed today's show. We hope you have a great Friday as well as a beautiful and relaxing weekend for those of you who are not working. Thank you, Tim.
Thank you, Tim.
Oh, thank you.
That's right. And thank you, Natty.
Thank you.
And thank you, Shai. And
What's all that about?
I don't know.
jazz hands.
It's a bit hot.
She started this new
Flustered.
thing. No, Natty's started this new thing where I say hello, Natty does a jazz hands, hello. So you've got to come up with a shtick.
Yeah.
You're the shirt man.
I've got
Yeah.
enough shtick already.
All right, that's it. We hope you've enjoyed today's episode. Have a great Friday. See you next week.
Bye.